on TSN. Well, my goodness gracious, it's SC with Jay and Dan, and I believe tonight is their final show.
They're going off the air? The show's been canceled?
No, it's a 6-week holiday.
All right.
And I believe they're not going to be back until Labor Day, so it could be loose. Could be a loosey-goosey show tonight from the boys.
Well, I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought they were just like, all right.
No.
That's it.
No, I think they might mention that it's their last night tonight for the entire summer. That's cool. We got it from here.
Hey, listen, the Riders end up beating the Ticats. How about that? Baltimore opens up today, too. Ravens, NFL football camp. Jimmy G, busy date night last night. See you, folks.
Dude.
Commentator clothing provided by Copley. Proudly made in Canada since 1883.
Baby shark.
Baby shark, do 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 do.
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark. We're mailing it in beyond belief because this is the season finale of season 1 of the Jay and Dan Show. And we're thrilled that you joined us. And this is the biggest thing. First of all,
What's that?
it's going to be massive. We've been building to this for years on the old show and now on the new show. Later in this show, our long-suffering producer Tim, will reveal his identity to the nation. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
As well, just let's go to the calendar because I know everybody has a calendar at home, and there it is.
Yeah,
This is
Bobby
the last
Mack.
show. We did
Bobby,
it.
we're coming for margaritas.
Bobby's got them mixing up right now. He's got the salt. Gonna be tasty.
He's putting all the booze under lock and key.
He's getting a security. He's getting alarm force hooked up at his house and his cottage. Week 6 of the CFL.
Oh yeah, Riders and Ticats. You heard the song of the summer during this one. That's what you get. Thursday night football. Jeremiah Masoli trying to set a CFL record of 10 straight games passing for 300+ yards. First quarter, Ticats down 3-0. Tabby's in the red zone. Masoli finds Sean Thomas Erlington for the first down. John White, he's going to finish that up. Scampers in his first touchdown as a Tabby. Hamilton up 7-3 after 1. Beautiful night in the Hammer. Andy Fantuz announced his retirement from CFL Thursday. Fantuz played 12 seasons with the Ticats and Riders. Look at that, he's got his 3-week-old daughter there. Won the Grey Cup with Saskatchewan in 2007. The Chatham, Ontario native, standing ovation. One of the best ever, second quarter. Ticats special teams looking for a big play.
Frankie Williams, a step, and now home free. Williams beats a man, got a blocker. Nobody gonna catch him. Frankie Williams with the first punt return touchdown for the Ticats this year.
Frankie Williams goes 98 yards. Chris Cuthbert on the call. Hamilton up 17-7 at the half. Masoli had just 85 yards passing, though, at the break. Third quarter. Marcus Thigpen takes the handoff, finds a hole, and he's gone quicker than red wine and an O'Toole family reunion. The former Tiger Cat first rushing touchdown of the season goes for 80 yards. Also the longest in the CFL this season. Thigpen over 15 fantasy points in this one. Riders still down 17-14. TSN turning point, 3rd and 13 for Hamilton. Sully attempts an onside kick, gets blocked, doesn't reach the line of scrimmage. Riders recover in Tiger Cat territory. Ensuing drive. Air Canada. Brandon Bridge, pump fake, hits a wide open Naaman Roosevelt, end zone by himself. Toronto native with his first touchdown pass of the 2018 campaign. Saskatchewan up 21-17. Riders special teams. Your turn.
Nice boot by Haralahu. Christian Jones back across midfield. Look out! Christian Jones is gone. Touchdown, Rough Riders.
Saskatchewan with 21 third quarter points. Riders up 28-20, headed to the fourth. Fourth quarter. Sully scrambles, and just loses the football. Riders recover. Masoli does not break the CFL record for consecutive games throwing 300-plus yards. Finished with 184, along with an interception and a fumble. As the Riders sweep the home and home with the Tabbies, 31-20, as Saskatchewan's now won 5 in a row against Hamilton. Marcus Thigpen's 80-yard touchdown run, again, the longest in the CFL, in his CFL career.
First round of the Open Championship from Carnoustie, or as some of us still like to call it, the British Open. Yes, I know the official name of the tournament is the Open, but the problem is there are so many other Opens. The Scottish Open, the Italian Open, the Farmers Insurance Open. They're all Opens, all of them. So calling one of them the Open.
I will be so happy to not have to listen to this until September.
If you're living in North
Get me out of here.
Right. Anyway, I digress. First round of the 147th Open Championship of Carnoustie. Tiger playing the Open for the first time since 2015. Slept funny the night before, woke up with a stiff neck, put some KT tape on it. You ever use that, Toolsy? KT tape?
I did once on an ankle. It works.
All right, well, it seemed to work for Tiger out of the gate here. Already a birdie on 1. The approach on 4 looks great. He'd knocked down another birdie, then on 5 after a not so great approach. The putter from off the green.
I don't think he's going to be displeased at all.
One more half roll, and Tiger would have birdied 3 of the first 5.
Tiger finishes the front 9 at 2 under par after a bogey on 10. 11, 35 feet for birdie.
Line.
His putter has kind of been his downfall of late, but Thursday he was looking great after dropping another shot on 13 from the tee box on 15. It's rolling, it's rolling, it's looking okay. Please stop, please stop, please stop. Oh boy, that's not a great lie. Good effort to get it out of there, but it would lead to another bogey, dropping him to even par, and that's where he'd finish. But he's just 5 shots off the lead, defending champion Jordan Spieth, coming in with 7 straight finishes outside the top 20 on 8, putting from off the green as well. Nearly rolls it into the bunker, but pretty impressive. He'd save par 3 under through 14. Despite the decent weather, Carnoustie, it still gets you. Spieth forced to play sideways from that bunker on 15. He'd make double bogey. Then on 18, this tee shot is a on-right tee shot.
My goodness.
The bridge just about saves this, and then it splashes into the water. Spieth plays the last 4 holes at 4 over. He ends the day at 1 over. Justin Thomas. He barely misses the green on the par 3 16. And then look how this thing rolls.
There's a situation, Nick, where you hit a pretty good-looking shot.
Thomas would bogey. He is 2 under on the day, however.
Oh, did you see that?
So he's tied for 8th after round 1. The favorite going in was DJ. 2 over for the day on 18. And then it was disaster. The approach is out of bounds. That led to a triple bogey 7. He's 10 strokes off the lead. He is tied for the worst first round at an Open by world number 1. The round of the day, Kevin Kisney. Kisney.
Terrible.
Eagle on 6. 5 under 66. He's your leader after round 1. Each of the last 26 majors have been won by a player at or within 6 shots of the lead after the first round. Rory McIlroy on the front page of the leaderboard, finished with a 2 under 69. This is the 4th time, by the way, in Kevin Kisner's career he has led or co-led in a major. But of course, let's hear first from Tiger Woods on that taped-up neck.
There's a hell of a lot there. My back here hurting. So yeah, I've been taped up, bandaged up, and just that you were just able to see this one. It's no big deal. It's just gotta play. I thought I played a pretty solid round, and unfortunately I didn't take care of both par 5s, and I hit 8 iron to both of them. and made par on both of those, and a little 3 wiggle there on 13. So the round certainly could have been a little bit better.
Tiger finished the first round at even par 71, snapping a 7-major streak of being over par in the opening round. Thank you, Weeksy. Still to come on Jay and Dan. Mello on the move. Where will he land? Details. It's the season finale.
I gotta tell you, that was a heck of a show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We'll see you tomorrow.
And clear.
Got your Mission Impossible ticket?
Oh, yeah, got those. Movie starts in 20 minutes. One problem, where's Nabil?
Not a problem. Right here. But you guys better be ready, because this movie, it is super intense. Let's go. Shoot up.
Come on.
Extend!
Leader out. In.
Showtime.
Guys, how am I even gonna see the screen?
You pick up what he said?
Nope.
Baseball's back. Mike Schilt, second game as manager of the St. Louis Cardinals after Mike Matheny was fired. As the Cubbies win it, they've won 10 of 13 in July. This one was a 9-6 final. I seem to be by myself. But look at that. It's the Mission Impossible Fallout walkover clock. See how long it takes me to walk. Oh, Dan, you're just hanging out over here.
Get my vacation started. Taking a load off.
How about that acting from Nabil Karim?
Yeah.
It's like a young Sir Laurence Olivier.
Tom Cruise is on line one. I guess Tom Cruise doesn't do the hiring.
He probably does.
Hey, the Thunder have traded Carmelo Anthony and a protected first-round pick in 2022 to the Hawks for Dennis Schroeder and Mike Muscala. Muscala was then flipped to the Sixers as part of a 3-team deal. Anthony is expected to be waived and will be able to join the team of his choice. According to our good buddy, Adrian Wojnarowski, the Rockets are the front runner. In 78 games last season, Anthony, not good. Posted career lows in points per game, field goal percentage, and minutes per game. So it's not a good year.
He didn't have a good year because he always needs the ball in his hand. And Russell Westbrook, he's the guy there. And then, so he's going to go to Houston. James Harden always needs the ball. Or Chris, it's not. Carmelo just needs to go to a bad team.
The Thunder's projected luxury tax bill is going to drop from $150 million to $88.8 million.
Incredible.
Saves them more than $61 million.
That is incredible. DeMarcus Cousins, meanwhile, was introduced as a member of the Golden State Warriors Thursday. Cousins signed a 1-year, $5.3 million deal with the Warriors and spoke about a bunch of stuff.
If you could hand select a guy to hang out with from the NBA for a week.
Him for sure.
Yeah.
I'd love to just hang out with him, follow him around. One of just 3 players last year to average at least 25 points and 10 boards a game, along with Giannis and the Brow Anthony Davis we just played with. I guess you just give the Warriors the title now. Do we even play this season?
Hey, Raptors.
Maybe.
Bucks center Thon Maker has been given a 3-game FIBA suspension after a fight broke out between Australia and the Philippines. Maker and 12 other players were disciplined for the brawl that took place on July 2nd.
Oh, man.
Suspensions only apply to 2019 FIBA World Cup qualifying games. That was nasty.
Like, Thon Maker, it's all flying knees.
That's all he does.
Is there any chance we could see that again, Jamie? Could we run that one more time? That whole, because he's just, all he does is just, you get Thon Maker in a fight, and this was a vicious fight. Thon Maker's coming out with these. Look at this guy. And here comes another one. He's terrifying. Maker said he disagrees with FIBA's decision. I'm surprised about that. Toronto FC president Bill Manning announced Thursday that all recognized supporter group privileges have been suspended indefinitely. This is in response to this incident you see here, the fire in the stands in Ottawa. at TFC's game against Ottawa in the Canadian Championship semifinal on Wednesday night. Manning said the club is fully cooperating with Ottawa Police and will conduct a thorough review of the supporter group program, which has been such a huge positive part of what makes TFC so great to play for. Josie Altidore was on the show. He talked about it. You know, everybody around the league knows how great TFC's fans are. It's an isolated incident. Hopefully we can all move on from it.
That fire made its way onto the pitch?
Yeah.
So like the grass was burning?
Can we see that one more time, Jamie? Sorry I keep doing this to you, but I just want to see it one more time, because that's right. It apparently made its way onto the pitch.
Yeah,
there it is. There we go.
That's terrifying whenever a fire breaks out anyway. Except in a fireplace that's contained when you've set a fire on purpose.
If you set a fire in your fireplace and then suddenly you were terrified, you probably shouldn't have a fireplace.
Yeah.
What happened here? When we come back, a very special presentation of the Jannies, plus producer Tim reveals his identity in the season finale of Jay and Dan.
We've been talking all show how this is our final show of the season, so we decided we needed to make it a special Jannies as well.
That's right. Oh, but before we get to the Jannies, I want to remind everyone, because as you pointed out, this is our season finale.
Oh, yeah.
Later in the show, Dan. Can you believe this? After all these years, this massive buildup, our old show, our new show, producer Tim, later in this show, will reveal his identity.
So it's our favorite Jannies from season 1. Who put these together? Thomas did. Don't know who that is. NFC divisional playoff, Vikings and Saints. Minnesota down 1 with seconds to go. Case Keenum to Stephon Diggs makes the unbelievable catch, goes all the way for the game-winning touchdown. This play won best moment at the Espywise on Wednesday night. What are the Espywise?
Espywise, I'm not exactly sure. I've never heard of it. Back to a game between the Brewers and Pirates. That's popped up. Foul ball in the crowd. And this fan's beer is destroyed.
That was a fancy beer, too.
But I got the fancy beer.
Oh, no, it's a Yingling. Don't know what, that's a different brand. They don't sell that in Canada. Only Coors Light. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final, golden opportunity for the Knights. Alex, what a stop. Braden Holey, the biggest stop in Washington Capitals history.
And that leads to a dad who thought it would be a good idea to let his kid try to hit a golf ball off his face, allowing us to use our popular SportsCenter with Jay and Dan catchphrase, "That's using your face, you complete idiot."
Game 1 of the NFL season. Dak Prescott's throw behind Cole Beasley. Oh, bobbles and catches. How? Hand, helmet, and hand. Hand, helmet, hand.
A lot of upset Raptor fans over the DeMar DeRozan trade. Late in the game against the Pistons, Raps down 1, goes the length of the court, throws down the two-hander, and the Raps would win in overtime thanks to his 42 points.
During a shoot-around in Boston, Sixers head coach Brett Brown bet Joel Embiid $100 that he couldn't juggle a basketball 20 times with his feet. Embiid, he did it easy. Brown was watching, so immediately paid up a crisp $100.
I like that. Pay up right away. FSU's Jesse Warren dives, fires to first for the double play. That was a great play. Way to go, Jesse.
Speaking of paying up right away, I golf with a guy all the time. If you listen to our podcast, his name's Tubesy. We make bets. He never has cash on him. Never.
Take credit cards? Just take his credit card away.
Don't make a bet.
I'll take this credit card.
If you don't have the cash, don't make the bet. That was a Broncos employee getting a ball in the head.
Adam Henrique, friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, there he is right there, and Sami Vatanen, who he just flipped the puck over. They were traded for each other early last season, and then Henrique, who just signed, I think, a 5-year extension with Anaheim. What a beautiful goal as he beats Corey Schneider. Those are our favorite Jannies from season 1 of Jay and Dan. Here's hoping for a season 2.
Let this be a life lesson. If you make a bet, have the money on you to pay the bet.
Right.
Sorry. bugs me.
Yeah, you're very upset about that. Maybe you shouldn't golf with Tubesy anymore.
We've been showing you this all week. World Lacrosse Championship from Israel, Canada against Iroquois in semifinals. Oshawa, Ontario's Mark Cackerton drives the net, stop, intercepts the goalie's pass, and scores. His 9th of the tournament. The pride of the Schwa. Canada advances to the gold medal game. They won 15-4, so they're going to defend their world title Saturday. Hopes to defend Saturday against the U.S.
Tour de France, stage 12, four-time champ Chris Froome made waves earlier this month. He was cleared of doping allegations. It allowed him to compete in this year's race, but that upset a lot of French fans, and they did their best to throw off the Englishman on Thursday. First, the fan in the green shorts. Here he is. He tries to take a swing at him. They're just getting started. There were reports of someone spitting on Froome at one point, and then a man dressed as French fries ran alongside Froome and his teammates. Froome finished in 4th, refused to speak to the media afterward. I can't really say I blame him. A man in French fries tried to follow him, and somebody took a swing at him. The day belonged to his teammate and yellow jersey holder, Geraint Thomas. 700 meters left, he takes the lead, and he retains the yellow jersey and extends his overall lead.
And week 6 continues with... This is where we remind you, we have found out the women who have sang on that song. We've got their names. Producer Tim is currently trying to get in touch with them.
So if you're watching one of those women, please at Producer Tim. You know how sometimes you send a tweet and you say, don't at me, please at Tim.
The first women to ever do that.
Man, that's a sick burn on Tim, isn't it? Wide receiver Andy Fantuz has retired from the Canadian Football League. The 34-year-old spent a dozen seasons between the Riders and Tabbies. He was named the league's most outstanding Canadian in 2010 and helped Saskatchewan win the Grey Cup in 2007. Fantuz ranked 4th among Canadians in all-time receptions, but played just 3 games last year after returning from a torn ACL.
And he had his 3-week-old daughter.
That's
How
cute.
cool was that moment?
That was awesome. Played in 148 career games. Played in 5 Grey Cups. Producer Tim's really rushing us through this now. He was like, we got lots of time through the whole show.
Yeah. Associated Press reported that the Dolphins would be enforcing a new proper anthem conduct policy this season. Players who protested on the field during the national anthem could be suspended up to 4 games. Mere hours later, the NFL and NFLPA released a statement saying that no anthem policies would be enacted or enforced until the league and the PA came up with a mutual agreement on a new policy. So kneel and say nothing, get suspended, but do things that the president's been doing. And
I just don't know why Miami, if that was true, what's the benefit to them? Making their own players angry. Hey, still to come, the Summer X Games are upon us. We take a look back at the most memorable moments in the SportsCenter Top 10 Plus. Producer Tim's identity will be revealed. It's the season finale of Jay and Dan. You're watching TSN. It's a network in Canada. Shout out to our buddy Craig McMorris. It's day 1 of the Summer X Games. Moto Shibata became the youngest gold medalist ever in skateboard vert last year at 21. First Japanese skater to medal at the X Games. Shibata, the kamikaze, scored an 86 at his first run, good for second. Only Bucky Lasik and Canadian Pierre-Luc Gagnon have repeated in vert, sitting 3rd for his second run. Shibata, another kamikaze, ups his score, but it wasn't enough. Was not able to defend his gold medal and finished in 2nd place.
And the X Games are the focus of the top 10. I've been living my own personal X Games. You see, and this is true, for the past 2 months, I've been wearing the exact same suit every single show. Since May 15th, and not a single person noticed. So what did we learn from this Well, I did a social experiment that no one cares about. It's getting a little funky. Yeah.
Might need some Febreze. If the Febreze people want to sponsor the show, we'll welcome it. This is Megan Rutledge. We've seen this before. She thought she had won it. She had won it, but she didn't stick the landing. And then the mascara tears.
2015 X Games, Colton Setterfield becomes just the second person ever to land a double flare at the BMX Big Air event. Good enough to take home gold. The double flare.
2000 X Games. Around the time of Kiana's flex appeal. Dave Mira, first rider to land a double backflip in a BMX park competition, clinches gold in the process, riding a Haro.
2004 X Games, Chuck Carruthers took home the gold medal in the Moto X Best Trick event, landing the first ever body varial, dubbed the Corolla.
2009, Anthony Napolitan lands the first ever front flip at the BMX Big Air. Of course, he was riding a GT Performer.
2012 X Games, Clinton Moore falls after attempting a 720 during the Moto X Best Trick event. Then his bike.
I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah, his bike just. Oh, look at. Oh, jeez.
That's Jerry D. who did that. Jerry D is not qualified to get your bike out of there safely, and that's why that happened. Travis Pastrana, double backflip to win gold in the Moto X Best Trick event.
2016 X Games, Jackson Strong. With that name, you were born to be in the X Games. Crush at the Moto X quarter pipe final, had to be taken to hospital after being cleared by doctors. Returned the same day.
Here we go.
Oh,
He got it! Helicoptered to the hospital, helicoptered back, and he pulls a front flip.
Maybe it's a lucky hospital bracelet. I don't want to try to do that again, though.
2008 X Games, Big Air event. Danny Way suffers a scary crash. Landed at the top of the ramp.
Watch his feet hit the coping. No doubt in a lot of pain. It looked like
he took home the silver medal.
He wants to go again. Make this one safe.
And he eventually, yeah, he wanted to do it again, and he did. He landed it.
What?
Boomsies. This next one, tough to watch. 2007 X Games. Jake Brown lands the 720, hits the quarter pipe, loses it, and falls 47 feet.
Oh man, that was the heaviest.
Fractured wrist and vertebra, bruised liver and lung, ruptured spleen, and a concussion. Fell 47 feet. Oh.
Man, those guys are real athletes. Also a real athlete, producer Tim. After the break, his identity will be revealed.
The Jay and Dan podcast, we taped a new one this week, but it's going to be best ofs during our summer break. So make sure you continue to tune in. Do you tune in? Listen?
Well, you'll get them if you subscribe.
Yeah.
Automatically on your phone or whatever device you listen to. Of course, the iHeartRadio app is a great way to listen. It's the worst play of the day from the British Open. Brooks Koepka from his knees. And no good.
Bring you to your knees.
All right, from a normal stance. Not good either. He double bogeyed the hole.
Highlight of the night, back to the hammer. Frankie Williams takes the punt at his own 12-yard line. Nice move. And he's gone quicker than us when this show ends. 98 yards for the touchdown. The first punt return touchdown for the Tabbies this year. Frankie Williams gets the highlight of the night.
Okay, first of all, can I just Quick shout out to Alex, who's watching. He watches us every night. I met him on the subway today. Says he loves when camera guy Glenn makes an appearance. Met him on the subway.
His subway greetings.
And of course, this is exciting because normally this is where we'd have our You Blew It segment. Apparently, according to Andrew Zwarich of Oshawa, Ontario, we didn't blow anything. But how about that, though?
That's right.
Picture.
My daughter and my niece drew that up.
Pretty accurate.
That's you.
Eyelashes and such. Pretty.
Yeah. Green shoes. You're known for your green loafers.
And my highlighter yellow hair. This has been a great season.
Yeah, so we're going to be back on Labor Day.
That's right.
In the meantime,
this is it. This is where we do it. Right?
Oh, yeah. It's time.
Because we've been building up to this, Dan, since we started working together back in 2002. Our long-suffering producer Tim. You've never seen him.
Okay.
Right?
It's about time.
We finally get to do it. This is the moment.
I think I'm ready.
Producer Tim reveals his identity. Longtime viewers of our show have been waiting for this moment for years. At long last, producer Tim finally reveals himself. God, producer Tim is actually...
All right, you punks. Got some good news and some bad news.
Now zoom in on me, Glenn.
Yeah! Top 10 is where were you, what were you doing moments.
I got a real pointy nose. It's like Jughead Jones.
Heck, I don't even know 80% of the people working on this show. Right, Gleb?
It's Glenn.
I'm Gleb. I'm those coyotes! What's that now?
They're there, or out there somewhere.
Rick Westhead. Telekinesis? Telekinesis.